Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back, I'm not going anywhere. Boost! I'm YouTube famous now. Available in 2018, the album Dad AF. Hi, this is Bill Curtis, and welcome to another episode of Investigative Reports. Tonight we will be diving deep into the world of the relationship of Trisha Paytas and Jason Nash. Toxic or true love? You decide. Alright, let's get into this video. I told you guys, I predicted it, this is going to be the summer of Trisha Paytas and Jason Nash. It's just going to go back and forth like a tennis match all summer long. And I will say this, they have now put out, Trisha released a picture on Instagram. She released like a press statement. She put a picture out on Instagram, I think it was 2 days ago, of her and Jason on the beach. And everybody was going crazy, like, oh, you went out there, you're back together with them and all this kind of stuff, right? Then Trisha uploaded an hour and 15-minute video, and her video was titled, well, his video was titled that he made right after, Why This Won't Work, and her video was titled, oh, hold on a second, please. I think like something like, this didn't go as planned, or something like that. I should have had this up. I just watched it. I just watched an hour and 15 minutes of video. This didn't go as planned. And so her video is called This Didn't Go As Planned, and she's crying. And then his video is like he's sitting on a bed, and it's like, this is why it won't work. When in both videos, oh, losing fans, dual fans, which in both videos, they say they're back together. So it is working, and anyway, okay. So I have some things to say about this, and they should put me in a carnival, don't you think? He's the dueling fan flipper of the world. Okay, so first of all, I watched Trisha's video first, and I watched his video second. And halfway through her video, or at the end of her video, he leaves because they get into an argument to go film his video. So, I don't even know what to say anymore, okay? I really do believe this is real, and that's what makes me sad about this, right? Because there's so many complicated factors in here, but I want to do this video kind of from a different point of view. I want to do this video from kind of, I don't know, the point of view of maybe what we can take from this. And let me fix my hair. I don't know much about clothes, but my hair looks fierce. But like taking it from a different points of view that we can maybe learn from, or I can only hope, because apparently they're reading all the comments, watching all the videos, so I hope, Jason and Trisha, you are listening to this one right here, okay? Because I have some things to say to you that might help this situation. First and foremost, I would say you guys need to be in counseling, individually and together. This relationship, if you care at all, okay? If you really want to demonstrate to yourselves and to the people that care about you, because I'm not the only one saying it, everybody is saying it in the comment threads over and over and over again, is you guys need counseling. So if you guys really want to show that you're invested in this, not just to your fans, but to yourselves, you'll go invest in some counseling. My husband and I yesterday on my Peterson's channel, we did a whole video about how marriage counseling has really helped us. It's helped us communicate. It's helped us understand each other. I have to say, and this is why I would never give up on Trisha and Jason as a couple, that there were, when I was watching this hour-long video, there were pieces of it that reminded me of my husband and I when we first started dating. That's not the case today, and we talked about that in our video yesterday. And, I'm somebody that sings the accolades of relationship counseling, and couples counseling, because I just think it's so much, so it can help so much, right? But you have to be willing to do that. If you care enough about the relationship to show it all over the internet for weeks on end, then you should be invested enough to go do whatever's going to happen. And, one of the things that we said in there yesterday was that we were willing to do whatever it took to make the relationship work. So, I guess we're just going to have to see if that's the case with them. A lot of really, a lot of interesting things came out in the video, and I'm going to talk about that in a second, but somebody commented on there and they said, are you here, did you come here and go straight to the comment sections? I did, okay, because I wanted to hear what people had to say. And it's interesting because on Trisha's video, everybody is saying, Jason, leave Trisha. Jason, leave Trisha. This relationship is toxic. Jason, run for the hills. But if you go over to Jason's video, the comments aren't that kind. Honest to God, once I read Trisha's comments, I thought I would go to Jason's video and it would be similar, and they would all say, Jason, leave Trisha, Jason, leave Trisha, but that's not the case over there. On Jason's videos, it's more like people are calling him out and saying that he's fame and money hungry and that he's a narcissist. And that, you know, like he should have seen what Trisha was about before he got with her, and that, you know, this is very sad, and, you know, Trisha puts herself out there and he kind of is acting like he had no idea who Trisha was before he ever dated her, and all this kind of stuff. So it's interesting to me that the apparent Trisha fans are going to Jason's video to comment, and the apparent Jason fans are coming to Trisha's video. But that being said, let's talk about the the lifer Trisha Paytas fan, right? You know, I think it's interesting, and I was talking to a friend of mine last night that's a diehard Trisha Paytas fan, and I said, what the problem is here, okay, is, and I will say this after watching all of this, I do believe the relationship is real. I believe it would be really hard to fake an hour-long video, and I do believe that maybe that's why Trisha made such a long video showing all of this. Although parts of it seemed contrived, you know, they had this argument, and then he walked out, and then she cut to her just talking alone, crying, and then he walked in and tried to make a video, or make a joke. But, like, it makes good video, yes, but at the same time, it's very realistic, I think, of a lot of arguing that goes on with couples, you know? And a lot of the back and forth, like, you could just even see it in their facial expressions. Like, you cannot fake and plan that stuff out. It can't be scripted that well unless these two are Oscar-winning, you know, actors. And Jason's made a point of mentioning in several of his videos that he's a sometime actor that was in a few films. Yes, it's true, he says, because nobody knows what those films were. So it's not like they're Oscar-winning actors, you know what I mean? So it would be really hard to have somebody just be talking like, la 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 la, and then throw out one sentence and then the other person react to it and be like, well, wait a second, like, you know? So it does seem very real to me at this point. So then the question becomes, then why are they putting that out there for everybody? Why are they constantly, is this the only thing that they can do? And in Trisha's video, she says, you know, this is all I have. All I have is YouTube. I love YouTube more than anything. And she was like, you know, I love YouTube. It goes above you. It goes above, whoo. That would be a hard statement for me to hear in a relationship, okay? And that you know, the career, the job would come above me in a relationship. That would be a hard comment for me to hear. I understand what she's saying is that guys have come and gone and YouTube has been my constant. So I do understand that. Yet again, where marriage counseling would be appropriate, or couples counseling, they're not married, but Freudian slip. I mean, I'm wondering if maybe that's not what's happening next. But anyway, I mean, it'd be good for the views. Did you see his t-shirt he had on? The Views t-shirt, which I know is from his tour, but still, like, that's kind of insensitive to your fans at this point that are calling it out for the views. It's not funny, okay? It's just not. And Trisha's video has half as many dislikes as it does likes, and there really are not very many nice comments on there. So what's interesting to me is that if everything you guys love is about YouTube and doing YouTube videos, content, whatever, okay, can you not talk about, is there nothing else that could you not do a favorites video? Can you not do, I don't know, something other, and you know, and Jason just did where he gifted his mom this Mercedes, but it's like, I don't know. I want to talk about what I think about the long-term fans of Trisha, but it was interesting to me that in Jason, when he was in Trisha's video, he said, you know, like, I didn't even know we were going to get these kind of views on this kind of video. Well, Trisha did. She absolutely did. Trisha knows, like, her history of what she gets on video. She knew that this would be the, you know, kind of views, the reception that she would get on this. I did love on there, though, when they were talking about the DMs. Like, one of the things that's very interesting to me is this conversation that as soon as they break up, like, multiple times, that Jason's DMing girls in his... I'm like... that's not where my mind goes after a relationship immediately. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I know people that do think that way, but... that's not where my mind goes. The other thing that was interesting to me was when they were having the conversation about cheating in the relationship, and he hasn't supposedly cheated on her, but she was talking about how that would be so hurtful to her, and he said, well, I don't understand from a, you know, like a public persona why you would care, and she goes, I would be humiliated, and he goes, well, I wouldn't care. Well, Jason, that's part of the double standard of the society that we live in, right? That if a woman cheats on a man, whatever, she was lower than him anyway. But if a man cheats on a woman, okay, she's weak. That's a kind of a double standard that we live in society. Not to mention, when you're the last person to find something like that, and like I've mentioned in my videos, you know, I've been cheated on in past relationships. It hurts. It's the greatest betrayal you can ever imagine. And then to have everybody else know about it or find out about it before you do? No, it's truly humiliating. And to have to kind of explain that to somebody that you're begging to love you, I mean, it can be hurtful, you know? And so that was very awkward for me to watch. Somebody commented in her video and they said that they felt like the third friend, you know, the third wheel, and watching two friends fight. It felt very much like that to me. There were a lot of times that I rolled my eyes, that I was uncomfortable sitting there kind of watching it, like, this is almost kind of going too far, right? Well, on her video, Jason said, I didn't even know we were gonna get these kind of views and blah, blah, blah. So when people are saying it's for the views, okay? Go over to his video, and in that video he said even his friends were saying stop making the videos, and he's like, look you guys, like basically what he said was, this is my job, I have kids to feed, I have like, you know, whatever. I don't think Jason Nash is gonna go broke tomorrow if he didn't make a video. Let's just say if Jason Nash didn't make any response videos to Trisha Paytas, are we to believe that Jason Nash's channel is gonna fail and he won't be able to continue to support his family? I'm not sure I believe that. But so he said that in there. He's like, you know, hey, you guys, like, he always kind of goes to this, hey, you guys, you know, like, can't you understand, like, why I have to do this? Well, you're getting millions of views in these videos, and I'll tell you why you're doing it for that reason alone right there, because no, you don't have to make a reaction video. Nobody's forcing you to do it. And he said, you know, I'm on vacation, I have to make videos. Well, I went back and I looked, okay? And there were entire months on your channel where you would post 2 videos a week. So you could have easily pre-planned 2 videos. Listen, I don't even have a 10th of the subscribers that Trisha and Jason have separately. I don't even have a 10th. I have 4 channels. When I go on vacation, I pre-film videos for every channel. So are you telling me that these people that have to make money off of this can't pre-film video? No, it's a choice. This is an active choice that Jason is making, okay? And I don't hate him for it, right? The views are there, the money's there. They are YouTubers. This is what they do. I don't know why we should be surprised by things like clickbait titles. You know, I said that at the beginning. I don't know why we should be surprised by clickbait titles, clickbait pictures, wanting to do videos for the views and all the money maker, whatever. Okay, fine. I mean, why are we surprised? This is the life of a YouTuber, any YouTuber. Me too, I put clickbait titles up there. I'm not gonna lie, I do, you know? People won't watch or they are gonna get better views off these videos titled the way that they were, unless they just titled them, we sat down to talk. People will be like, okay, but an hour video of y'all talking? So that was all very interesting to me. I think, you know, like, one of the things I didn't understand when Jason kept on talking about in my video, I was like, you guys are sitting down on camera together talking on Trisha's channel. Why do you, this almost more feels like a collab where like Trisha does a video with Jeffree Star and then Jeffree Star does a video for Trisha's channel. Like that's how it felt to me, other than why did you need to make a video for your channel? To explain to your people what's going on? Did you not think your people would go over to Trisha's channel? So then it is about views and money because you wanted those people on your, because you knew they were gonna find her video. So I'm like very confused about it this time. But here's the thing. And I don't know that Trisha's thought this through a lot, but Jason doesn't really have a whole lot to lose with all of this from putting it out there is what I mean. Because this is new for him, and he even said in his videos, you know, like, this is a chance I've gotten to sit down and talk to you guys and whatever. I have to be honest with you, I've now watched about, I don't know, 6 or 7 Jason Nash videos. I don't find him to be the funniest human being in the entire world, especially not through this whole thing. I think his jokes fall short. I think they're insensitive, and I think they're kind of hurtful. You know, you don't always need to be a comedian when you're in a relationship. That's sometimes not the person that needs to be laughing at your jokes, especially when the jokes are the person that you're sitting across from, that you're making jokes about them. That's not the time to drop a joke. You know, you don't go to a funeral and drop a joke. That you need to kind of have some sensitivity about things like this. And I think I'm 45, or I'm 46 now in a day. I think any 45-year-old man, Jason and I are the same age, has learned that by our age, that there's a time and a place that you don't drop a joke. You know what I mean? So maybe in the middle of a video where you guys are talking about coming back together, not to drop some jokes is probably not the place. Especially for your fans that aren't even used to the fact that Trisha flew to Boston on the heels of saying that she was going to break up and leave YouTube for a month, and she's made 6 videos, 8 videos since, and now she's flown to Boston. You guys are together, and and saying we're back together. And in the video, Trisha says, I wanted this video to be like us showing how much we love each other again or something like that. I was like, what? What? Okay. Okay. Y'all broke up because Jason was insensitive to Trisha. This whole thing has been played out between texts that we're not privy on and videos on YouTube. Now you're back in Boston. No work has been done on the relationship whatsoever. No boundaries set. No, this is what we're going to do to move forward. No counseling agreed to. No, this is what we should take it slow. None of that. You're right back to where you were before, and you want your fans invested in this relationship, okay? This is very, very confusing. And this is where it's dangerous for Trisha. And Trisha, you know I love you. I hope you think this through, okay? Your long-term, because it was funny to me when Jason said, you always date famous people. I was like, she do? Who? I remember a relationship in the past. Did you want famous? But anyway, you know, I'm sitting here and I'm watching this and I'm thinking, okay, as a long-term fan of Trisha's, it's kind of like when you tell your friends, like, oh, this is my new, and this comes up in their video, right? This is my new girlfriend, Judy, right? And then you introduce Judy to all your friends. And then 3 weeks later, you and Judy break up. And you're like, I can't stand that bitch. Judy, that bitch, blah, 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 right? And then they're all like, oh, well, we support you. We want you to be happy. And then 2 days later, you bring Judy back. And you're like, oh, Judy and I are back together. We're in love. And they're looking at you like, are you crazy? And you're like, no, you guys, I want you to love Judy too. But you don't just do this one time. You do this 6 times. And you expect your friends to be along for the ride for that? No, at some point, they're going to look at you and go, you're crazy, or Judy's crazy, or y'all are crazy together, but I can't get behind this relationship anymore. I've done this to friends of mine. I mean, I have, you know? Well, your fans are like that, okay? Your fans are watching all of what's going down, and you didn't want your fans to like Jason. You said, you know, yes, he's very, very sweet and all this kind of stuff, but he called me fat. So then we all come to your rescue and say, well, this was insensitive, this was cruel, nobody deserves to be called that. Then you're back together with him, and it's like no discussion about all this except for just don't call me those names. Well, you want your friends, your fans, your fishies to be along for the ride, and I have a feeling that some are saying, I just can't do this anymore. Like, I've been invested in you, and I bought your merch, and I've listened to your music, and I watched your videos for years, and I've invested in you, and I love you, but like, I can't continue to watch you make decisions that are going to hurt you because you aren't just a celebrity to me. You're family. You're a friend. And I think that's where, to some degree, it is hurtful to the fans, you know? And to Trisha, it's like, I'm just showing you my life. Well, you got to understand, okay, that when you put that out there, like in a real world, because I do think that Trisha's life on video is very similar to what we see in the real world. When in the real world, you ask your friends or your family members, like, you know, I've had these conversations with my mom before, you know, and she'd be like, well, 2 weeks ago you didn't like her, and now you're best friends with her again. Where do you want me to stand? Because I want my child to be okay, right? Or I want my friend to be okay. Well, when they're not, and then they are again, and then they're not, you're going to stand back and go, I just want what's best for you, you know? And what's scary to me about all of this is that they're not willing to really sit down and get some help, but they want us along for the ride. I can't just watch it for a view. I just can't. I think they're both very sweet people. I wish them the best, but they both really need some help, some professional help on, you know, moderating this relationship, because they're going to end up, both of them, very sad and hurt over this again if they don't. But I also do believe, unlike millions of people that are saying toxic, I've witnessed a lot of toxic relationships that have turned around and been fantastic. But you have to be willing to put the work into it, you know? So I don't know. We'll see what's next. Everybody's on there. I saw a lot of comments that people were like, they're going to get married. Y'all think they're going to get married? Do you think that's going to be what happens? I don't know. I think they should really think about that, you know? Anyway, I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.